what's the shift that a founder needs to make as they're going from founder to CEO from a mindset perspective, um, from a thinking perspective?
I think a founder, if you're a small company, solo entrepreneur, or, one person or a small team, you're handling everything within that small team. You might actually have all those hats on yourself. And it's really easy to pick and choose technologies that you're comfortable using in that small team. And because it's very small, you can build in a lot of security and a lot of processes that work for that small group. But moving
Mm-hmm.
to a larger group, when you have 20, 30, 50, 100 employees, you have to really think about how technology works quite a bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
And you're no longer the one necessarily implementing it. The companies that we struggle with, you know maybe not the most, but ones that we struggle with are the owners are still trying to do IT. They're setting up the email accounts for their employees, or they want to have control over everything rather than
Yeah.
just setting the strategic direction of the way things go. The clients that we have the most trouble with are ones that don't want to implement any new technologies, that probably still be happy with Windows 95 on all the computers if they could.
I don't know how they
Um,
would even be a client of yours.
I don't know either,
You know?
but there are a lot of people that are scared of technology and
Yeah.
scared of how it affects their business, and don't want to invest in it because there's a lack of understanding. The
Sure.
scare comes from just not understanding what the technology is, or
Mm-hmm.
not knowing how to talk about it. But I think that transition, whatever in your business, and I've gone through it myself as we've grown the company, um, is taking and understanding all the aspects of the business enough that you can have a good discussion with the professional that will be implementing it inside the company. So
Yeah.
rather than doing a bunch of Google searches and finding out which online file sharing system you want to use, or project management system, or line of business application, you have to go to a trusted advisor or guide that helps you through that process and say, this is a problem that I'm having. I want to, have my employees to report KPIs on a dashboard, and I want to be able to track those. What kind of technologies do you recommend to do that? And then what do we need to implement inside the organization to solve this problem?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a shift. It's definitely a shift for a growing company to move away from always in operations, being tactical about it, to looking strategically and then having those discussions with the professionals to actually do the implementations.